Man, Wilder versus Tyson Fury, Glovegate. I guess that's what they're calling it, Glovegate. Haven't really spoke about it. I was kind of waiting for Deontay Wilder's team to say something, but they've pretty much been quiet on it so far. And me personally, what I think about the situation is kind of like people are going to get away with what they're going to get away with, and you got to understand what the rules of the games are and adjust accordingly. I mean, heard all different types of things being said. My main question is basically is that how do you have blood on the wraps of your knuckles after they take your gloves off? You're supposed to have gloves on, right? All that padding, right? Clearly, no blood seeped through your glove and got all the way to the wraps of your knuckles. How do you have blood on the wraps of your knuckles? That's my only main question. But like I said, Deontay Wilder and his team so far haven't said anything about it. Um, I mean, it's already happened. There's nothing he's going to be able to do about it, except when it comes to the next fight, make sure that those things are looked at and make sure those things, aren't hopefully done again. But, he also has to by now understand, what the rules of engagement are when it comes to this particular situation. You got to play the same game they're playing, like Andre Ward used to say. He doesn't cheat in that ring, but if somebody does something dirty to him, he's going to do something dirty to them. You look at somebody like a Floyd Mayweather, who's usually by the rules for the most part, and you got a Victor Ortiz, who's hitting him with headbutts, trying to hit him with headbutts. You know what I mean, over and over and over and over and over again, and then gets frustrated when he's getting his tail whipped, and he Billy Goats Floyd Mayweather. So he Billy Goats Floyd Mayweather. All right, we taking it to the streets. You're fighting against an old school dude, who's built from that old cloth. Guys over here hugging me. All right, cool. Hug him. Hit him with chest leg hook. Straight right. Put him down. Victor Ortiz changed the rules of the game. And Floyd Mayweather understood what the new rules were of this game that was going on, and he made the adjustments as was necessary, and came through with the victory. Andre Ward said the same thing. You hit me low, he's gonna hit you low. That's just what he's gonna do. He's gonna do that same grimy stuff to you, and he's gonna understand that the rules of engagement have changed, and he's gonna make the adjustments that are necessary. So when it comes to somebody like Deontay Wilder, he's gonna have to do the same thing. So if they're fighting and the padding on Wilder's gloves are moved to the sides, and there's no kind of real padding on his knuckles, and so be it. If he's turning off cameras to his locker room right before he walks out, like Tyson Fury and them did, and adjustments are being made, so be it. If at the end of the match, his gloves are taken off and you can see, a little pink residue on his wraps, like the Margarita fights, so be it. He just has to understand what the rules of engagement are, and he needs to work accordingly. That's it. That's all you can basically do in those situations. Either that, or you just have to just, you know, be cool with it and understand that these people are playing by different rules, and just deal with it. Those are your options. He did something of that nature, I believe, also in the first fight, and I gotta put this on Deontay Wilder's team. His coaches are supposed to be able to see that. They're supposed to be watching that match over and again. They're supposed to know the little, and the little tricks of the trade. So when Tyson Fury's sitting there and he's fidgeting with his gloves in the middle of fights like that, they should know what that means. When they see him with his hands up like this and the laces all loose like that, they should know what that means. They should have saw all that in the first fight and been like, "Yo, you need to look out for this in the second fight." They didn't do that. They didn't do that. So it's not about just training your fighter and having him going in there. It's all about all the other little things that the other fighter can do as well. That's what you get paid for. You're getting paid to look at those things. It's like when it came to Shane Mosley and his trainer, and they were in that locker room. He was watching him wrap those hands, and he's looking at it like, there's something wrong with these wraps, man. And he just goes and grabs the wraps, and it's hard rock. He's like, "Yo, these shits are hard." So they make him cut off, the raps, make him re-rap, and then later on, obviously the ones that they had cut off were all hard. He caught them in the act because he was doing his job. All these other Miguel Goto's corner didn't find that. They didn't stop that. They didn't look. They weren't able to to see what's going on. They weren't doing their job. They weren't doing that job. But Nassim was doing his job when it came to not just the training as boxer, but also understanding and seeing what the other fighters doing. He was very on point when it came to that. And Wilder's team needs to be on point when it comes to that. They should have been on point when it comes to that. So his trainers, his coaches, I said, going to have to take fault in this also. You know, they're going to have to take fault in that also. They're supposed to see all those things. They're seasoned veterans, and that man's life is in your hands. And he literally is paying you millions of dollars to look out for things like that. When you're going into a locker room, somebody's wrapping their hands, putting on their gloves, all that other stuff. You see a glove is getting loose. You see the laces loose, all that stuff. You're supposed to see everything and let the rest know. And let the rest know what's going on. You've seen it before, like the previous wraps were just right on the glove before. All of a sudden now you're seeing the wraps on the forearms. All of a sudden you're seeing a big, huge pieces of it, which means the glove's been slid down. You should be able to see that and be like, yo, what's going on with his gloves? Why can you see the wraps on his hands right now? Just the little things. You gotta be able to see it. As a trainer, that's what you get paid for. So believe it or not, in this particular situation, I say his trainers actually failed him because they didn't do their job. They didn't do what they get paid for. So hopefully they get back on point. They rectify that. They're focused when it pertains to those situations. The trainers do what they're supposed to do, while the focuses doesn't, worry about costumes and all that other BS. It's coming with some black freaking shorts with a towel around your neck like a Mike Tyson. That's it. And come in there and go to work. Forget all the freaking flashy entrances and stuff like that. It's time to go to work. And it's time for those trainers to do what they're supposed to do. It's time for Wilder to do what he's supposed to do. And when it comes to this, that third fight, this is redemption. It's time to redeem himself, the trainers, and Deontay Wilder, and handle business like they should have the last time. Like, subscribe, share. I'm out.